Abra, thank you for joining us.
Good morning, Eben.
Abra, just give us the latest there with regards to court proceedings this morning.
Eben, okay, so we are dealing with two separate but connected cases. First of all, the latest on the 23 who are appearing in this court right now, Court 13 at the Cape Town Magistrate's Court. They've all just appeared. Their case it's standing down till around 11 o'clock. What the lawyers inside said is, now remember, these are the 23 who were released last night.
Yeah.
Their case is likely to be postponed till a later stage. But what the lawyers said inside is they are looking for a way to combine the cases of the 23 with that of the 6 who have been kept separately. Reports coming in remain very, very conflicting at the moment. We have the police insisting that high treason is not on the charge sheet of those 6. However, various lawyers representing those 6 are insisting that high treason is in fact on the charge sheet. Now what's so important about the charge of high treason is that high treason is associated with the violent overthrow of a state. We did not see that happening yesterday, but we are hoping to get an update at about 10:30 as to what exactly is happening with that charge of high treason. You know, yesterday the Hawks disputed that was one of the charges, but as I've mentioned, the lawyers of those accused are still insisting that is in fact on the charge sheet. I'm hoping to speak to Lawson Naidu, of the Council for the Advancement of the Constitution. He's going to help us to unpack exactly what happened yesterday, and in terms of the Constitution, in terms of the kind of force used, whether that was appropriate. He's making his way to me. We seem to have lost Lawson right now, but the kids have all come out of court. They are supposed to go back in at 11 o'clock. I've also heard reports that more students are making their way to Parliament. I have Lawson with me right now. Lawson, thank you so much for joining us. You're representing CASAC today. You try to explain to me exactly constitutionally what went down yesterday. Somebody says that it's the People's Parliament, people should have access to Parliament. What's your take on it?
Well, I think it was a legitimate protest that was conducted by students protesting against high university tuition fees and tertiary education fees. I think this was a legitimate process. It is very unfortunate that this protest has now been criminalized, that students engaged in that demonstration have been charged and face prosecution here in the Magistrate's Court today. I think we need to be a more responsible society and take heed of the concerns that the students have raised, which are very legitimate concerns, and I think they reflect the frustration of broader society about the failure of government to deliver on key socio-economic rights for the people of South Africa.
Also, just briefly, rumours of high treason, we have no confirmation from the SABC, they're denying it. Lawyers, however, for the 6 are insisting that is on the charge sheet. Is high treason a legitimate charge at this point?
Well, I think if there is such a charge of high treason being made, then it makes a mockery of this whole process. This was a demonstration by young people. There was no threat to the state. Yes, the protest took place outside Parliament, but it is because the students have been seeking to engage with the political leadership of the country to try and find a resolution to this. And it is the failure of political leadership to engage with the students that has created the conditions for this to take place.
Lawson, thank you so much for your time. Well, Eben, there you have a breakdown of that. As I mentioned earlier, I have heard reports that more students are making their way to Parliament. So we will definitely keep in touch with you, stay in touch with you, and we'll try to find out exactly what is happening. Eben?
Thank you very much, Abra. Just quickly tell us, students are going to back on the way to Parliament. They're not joining these young people that are in court today.
Yeah, but I'm not sure if I heard you correctly. I've heard reports of students making their way to Parliament. Earlier on when I did get to work, I was informed by SAPS at Parliament that they received intel that more students would be coming to protest. I mean, that is what they promised us yesterday. But at the moment, it seems like we do have two separate groups. We have the 23 students with their supporters who appeared in court earlier on. They are going back in at 11 o'clock. And then we have the other crowd apparently making their way to Parliament. But I'll have to gather more information on that to confirm it to you.
Thank you very much, Abra. We'll be back with Abra a little bit later in the show. They've got a packed show for you today.